Good morning to all of you. Normally, when husband dies, the children or the father or the relatives, wife, all of them, normally they may be indulging in quarrels regarding the distribution of property, distribution of assets, or regarding the pension, all these things. You may be knowing. They will be filing Guardian and Wards Act or Section 26 specific relief act for the partition of the property, or they may be fighting for the so-called title deeds if at all they were mortgaged with any bank or other things. If at all any fixed deposits are there, normally they may try to take them out in this connection. They may have to file the so-called interpleader suit also. The banks, there are certain circumstances where the State Bank of India has to file a case against the relatives of Dhirendranath who were quarreling about the title deeds, about the fixed deposits. So many disputes will be there, all we know. But here the problem is, there was a dispute regarding the semen which was preserved in a Delhi hospital. The dispute is between the wife of the deceased and the father of the deceased. Very peculiar case. The Calcutta High Court has given a judgment that the rights on this frozen serum, they will rest with the wife only, not on the father of the deceased. Right? So, if you go to the facts of the case, they are like this. The husband, I don't want to even they are not discuss the names also. The husband who was suffering from thalassemia, that is bloodlessness or supply of oxygen to the blood is very poor. He was a thalassemia patient, but still he was having conjugal life with a wife and he died. Of course, incidentally, the serum, the semen was taken and it was preserved in the local Delhi hospital. Actually, they wanted to go for that IVF and other things. Anyway, now the father wants the semen. Whatever reasons may be so many, we don't want to discuss the reasons. So he has filed a writ petition before the Honorable High Court of Kolkata. Because when he approached the hospital authorities, the hospital authorities told him that they need the consent or the concurrence of the wife of the deceased, because actually she was the woman who has allowed the semen to be taken and preserved for future purpose. So they asked the father of the deceased to go and approach his daughter-in-law and get her concurrence, or at least get her no objection. Maybe in writing, or at least if she can come to the hospital and say, yes, please allow my father-in-law to take away. Same, they are allowed. But she did not agree. Of course, this man was adamant also. Whatever it is, she did not agree. As such, it was not, it could not be taken away by the father. Ultimately, the matter has come to the Supreme Court under violation of fundamental right. So the court has not agreed. The court has clearly stated that since the deceased was having material or maternal relation or family relation with the wife, even though he was having some thalassemia, till his death he was with his wife. And they have got some wish to keep or to preserve the semen of the person. So now the right over the so-called property or the semen rests with the wife. So she is the absolute owner. She is the real owner. So go and get some consent from her, the High Court added. Then they have given the advocate on behalf of the father. He requested the court to issue an order in writing or to issue direction to the wife to give no objection certificate. Then the court has commented, what right has been violated? It's a fundamental right. Wives, the property of the husband, definitely it goes to the wife. She will be the caretaker. Then how can you say like this? So no fundamental right has been violated. There is no violation of human right. Actually, wife is the absolute owner of the property of the husband, particularly in such properties. Therefore, we don't want to interfere. So finally, it was decided that the right on this particular semen rests with the wife, not the father of the deceased. Very peculiar decision. Please go through the news and enrich your knowledge, because such instances normally they don't come. They will only occur once in a blue moon. Thank you.